Hi, everybody. Welcome, friends. Nice to see everybody back for another edition of, what is this? Open Diner. Oh, that's what it is. Okay, Open Diner. Okay, well, we're going to get started here. And today we are going to continue what we started last week. This will be part 2 of on addiction. Last week, we talked about addiction. As you remember, it was a great discussion. That was a very great roundtable that we had last week. But we realized that addiction is a need to escape emptiness in people's lives. It's an artificial way to fill emptiness, and it's a way to escape reality, painful situations in your life, childhood pain, all kinds of things. But there's all different kinds of addictions, as we all know. There's probably an addiction for anything can probably become an addiction, but some are, of course, more deadly than others. Some can kill, some are harmless, basically, but still they are addictions. And since the start of the pandemic, we've seen a spike in addictions and drug overdoses, mainly because of the emptiness, the loneliness, and the isolation from people. It's really had a significant effect. More and more people are lonely now. Loneliness fuels addiction. And so it's been proven that the most effective treatments for addiction are healthy social relationships, and bringing the addicted people into those kind of relationships. For people with substance abuse disorders, connecting in a meaningful way with people is the most effective way to limit the urge to use substances. And I emphasize meaningful relationships. It has, positive relationships that can really help. And hopefully what we're doing here today can make us aware of that and put us in a place to where we can be support for people that we know that might have an addiction. So we want to open up the conversation again, not to delve into the negative parts of it, but in order to understand why it's happening on personal and societal levels. And through the understanding, we can start to address it, and we can be a part of the solution instead of just sitting by helplessly and watching, but we can be a positive force to help. And so from these meaningful connections, we can realize that we're a big part of the remedy. And it starts right here and right now in Open Diner. So I just wanted to emphasize to you, this is not a replacement for professional rehabilitation services. We will not be giving medical advice of any kind. And this is just an additional platform of support. So with all of that, let's just remind everybody, this is a cameras on event. So let's turn our cameras on. It really helps us connect and to see each other. If you're joining us on Facebook or YouTube, welcome. Don't forget to tell us your name, where you're from, participate with us. You're just as much a part of it as we are. Answer the questions in the comments. We'll try to read them. And mostly let's all stay on topic today. We have a limited amount of time and a big subject, and we want everybody to be able to participate. So stay on topic, keep your answers short. We want to get to everyone and include everyone. And finally, don't forget to mute your microphone when you're not speaking to eliminate the background noise. All right, so next, we'd like to introduce the hosts. I'm Gary. I am from Greenville, South Carolina, and I will be your main host today. And who else do we have?
I'm Carl. I'm from Florida. I'm going to be doing the round discussion, the main course.
My name is Linda, and I'll be doing the icebreaker.
I'm Roberta from Long Island, and I will be helping out as a moderator to keep everybody on topic if they're running a little late. We like Gary said, we want to keep everybody get a chance to speak. So I'll be like a timekeeper and moderator, like the police, but not really.
She's very moderate. As you notice, we don't have a live, our musician couldn't be with us here today live, unfortunately, but we're going to share one of his videos that he sent to us. He's been on Open Diner before, quite a while back, but we're going to share his video that he did with another friend who was also on a previous episode of Open Diner. So this is Seth and Danny are going to be performing a song for you on this pre-recorded song.
Don't mind me asking, it's just a chore. I've known the answer since before I was born. Spotted my prey and made good chase. Was quite winded at the end of the day. Drop my bucket and lift it up. Had some water until I had enough. Find I see things, yeah, we compromise. Find I see things I wouldn't see otherwise. And I got no choice but to track him down. The deceiver facing south has been turned around, and his work found me. I didn't seek it out, but I finished the job without a doubt. The people said you were trouble. Did they do all that they were able? Why did you hurt? What made you a rebel? With the sweetest of smiles and an itch to meddle. You meddled in things I've only talked about. You paid the cost, and now we're left without. And I got no choice but to track him down. The deceiver facing south has been turned around, and his work found me. I didn't seek it out, but I finished the job without a doubt. Though I went my way and you went yours, I heard the news, I hit the floor. Mercy me, could this be the end? Valiantly, I know this is not the end. A mighty blow came to your head. I can't stop thinking about what the good book said, and I got no choice but to track him down. The deceiver facing south has been turned around, and his work found me. I didn't seek it out, but I finished the job without a doubt. And I finished the job without a doubt. Finished the job without a doubt. I finished the job without a doubt. And I finished the job without a doubt. Yeah.
Aren't they great? Okay, now it's time for the icebreaker, and it's going to be popcorn style. So you just pop in when you think of something. And the question is, what do you wish the whole world would be addicted to? What do you wish the whole world would be addicted to?
Whenever they see somebody else looking in their eyes and smiling, not for too long. Like, let's do it right now. Just for a little bit.
That's exactly what I was going to say, Carl.
You know, it's funny that having moved from Los Angeles to South Carolina, I noticed that people do that a lot more down here. They look, you pass them on the street, they'll look at you and they'll smile and they'll say hi. In LA, nobody ever looked you in the eye. You know, just like, but yeah, I love that. That's a great addiction. And my addiction would be to take the words of Robert Palmer. Might as well face it, you're addicted to love.
I was going to say addicted to love, but not the song.
It's actually very possible to get addicted to smiling because smiling increases the endorphins that make you happy. So the more you do it, the happier you get. But my answer is I wish everyone in the world was addicted to doing good things to others to make others happy. And then everyone would be happy.
I would like to be addicted to the exercises. But some people are too addicted. I know. I'm not going to be over. Just a little bit addicted. Okay.
Well, I'll continue that one, Natalia. Maybe addicted to healthy food. I mean, I don't really eat garbage, but like if you're addicted to celery, like I need this celery, I can't live without it, you know, something that is really healthy that you say, I look forward to it, you know, that would be nice if everybody was addicted to health.
Maybe this
I
sounds
see David
political.
on Facebook.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I see David on Facebook put, I wish the whole world would be addicted to helping and giving to each other.
Forgive me if I sound political. I wish for the people that it's safe for them to do it. I wish everybody, you know, would be addicted to wanting to get the COVID vaccine. It would really solve a lot of our problems. It would really help a lot.
Good point. Anybody else?
I think it would be great if everybody was addicted to kindness and paying it forward. It would be a nice ripple effect and really change the world.
Sure would.
I wish more people were interested or addicted to saving the planet. That drives me crazy.
Mm-hmm. Another good one. Who else who hasn't spoken yet?
I know I was going to say every day you see more and more incidents of the trash and the filth that is being dumped on the planet. And it's really, people, you know, need that awareness and they need to be addicted to creating less trash.
Or maybe addicted to cleanliness. To cleanliness. No,
Let's take it further. Let's take it cleanliness of our thoughts and wishes for each other. That will help too.
Yeah.
Compassion.
Would love to see people addicted to volunteering.
Very good.
Yeah, just addicted to thinking of each other. I think from there, it would stem out into all kinds of things we can't even imagine yet.
I wish everybody was addicted to doing good deeds and helping one another.
Maybe to add, if people were more addicted to listening to people, like excited to hear what do people have to say, and really be involved in the conversation, not worried about what they're going to say. That'd be nice.
Yeah, that was great, Roberta. I wish I will continue. People will be addicted to listening, you know, just to listen to somebody who's speaking.
I wish we were all addicted to holding our necks up straight instead of down looking at our cell phones.
Thank
I
you,
wish
you're going too far.
I wish people would be addicted to talking instead of texting.
Yes.
And whatever happened to writing a letter?
That's long gone, Linda.
I know. I don't write letters either anymore.
Now my grandmother still writes me a letter.
You like it? Do you like getting a letter?
Oh yeah, absolutely. But it's in a daily bread. She sends me a daily bread every month. I don't know if you guys know what the daily bread is, but she's a Christian.
Oh. What's the daily bread?
It's the Christians use it. It's a little book where they read a little passage every day.
Nice.
So it's not bread, actually. It's not anything you can eat.
Carl just gave me an idea. I wish the whole world was addicted to giving each other gifts, presents. And they don't have to be material presents, but like just something to make another person happy.
Yeah, like even making a card or making something. I miss when my kids were little and they would make stuff in school and bring it home. I still have a snow globe with my younger daughter's picture in it that she made when she was little, and I treasure it to this day.
I think we have time for maybe one more, Linda.
Yeah.
I know we're over a little bit.
Anybody else?
Well, I had, you know, my neighbors, Leah, you remind me, they put the pictures of their kids on their doors, outside of their doors. It made such a difference in the entire building. It's just unbelievable. Of course, when they were renovating, they took them off, and that was a big change for worse.
Okay, I guess we have another video here.
Wait, you guys, do you know how friggin' frustrating it is to want to be with you talking about addiction part 2? And I don't know the passcode.
Well, you're here, thank God. We're going to
No,
go
but
through a
I'm
video.
listening to you guys going, and you know me, I'm like, well, I do.
Well, we're glad you're here, Nancy. We're running a little off time, actually, but wonderful to see you.
Shit.
We are all addicted. We live in a society that perpetuates and promotes addiction. At some point in our lives, we have all become addicted to something. Habits we picked up when we were children, patterns of thinking, a craving for certain foods, various forms of entertainment. In general, anything that we found to be pleasurable that temporarily filled a void in our lives. Harvard Medical School defines addiction as a loss of control over indulging in a substance or performing an action or behavior and continued craving for it despite harmful consequences. In fact, those harmful consequences are affecting a whole generation. The opioid epidemic, for example, causes an average of 155 deaths every day in the United States alone. Although dramatic and worrisome, it is only the tip of the iceberg. An estimated 40 million Americans ages 12 and older abuse or are addicted to nicotine, alcohol, or other kinds of drugs, surpassing the number of people with heart problems, diabetes, or cancer. Dependency on technology can also have an impact on how we function, producing symptoms similar to substance abuse. Gaming addiction, for example, has been classified as a mental health condition by the World Health Organization. In addition, according to recent studies, 50% of young people admit to cell phone addiction, while Americans in general spend an average of 5 hours a day compulsively browsing the internet. People resist calling these examples addictions because they are so immersed in a certain way of living that it seems natural. But when they finally lose control of their lives, they find it extremely difficult, if not impossible, to get out of the trap. It is at this point when a person descends to a level that suppresses the internal drive to find a higher purpose in life, a drive that is unique to the human level, the most developed level in nature. So what do all of these dependencies have in common? It is the yearning for detachment, even temporary, from troubles, pressures, competition, and other negative influences we experience daily in the family, school, work, and society. We were created with an insatiable desire for pleasure, a desire that constantly grows and renews itself, leaving us empty when it is unfulfilled. As those cravings transform into habits, one needs increasingly larger doses, resulting in a vicious cycle of various addictions intended to fill that void. This is an unacceptable way of coping. People lack the elixir of life, the drug of happiness. Therefore, we aren't facing a drug problem, but an emptiness problem. If our nature is a desire to receive pleasure, and this desire is not fulfilled, it resorts to finding a negative escape mechanism. Throughout our lives, the environment, where we live and the people we surround ourselves with, defines who we are and sets the stage for potential addictions, some that are relatively harmless and some that are deadly. Needless to say, a negative environment will produce negative and harmful addictions, while a positive environment will produce lasting fulfillment and satisfaction. So how can a person be liberated from a harmful dependency? If a person is a product of his or her environment, then transformation is possible by isolating the individual from the harmful surroundings and placing them into positive support circles that will help them reshape their previous dangerous habits into positive ones. We have to create new conditions according to every person's cultural and social background and needs. But in every case, it should always include the remedy to all our troubles, the drug of life, the positive connection among people. A positive social environment can rehabilitate us and help us to evolve to a higher level of existence. And this is what evolution is pushing us to attain. To realize such connections, we first need to accept that only through warm, safe, and supportive connections can human society achieve the kind of satisfaction it constantly craves. Then we will realize that the only dependency we need is a positive interdependence with each other. This is the way nature has created humanity, as part of an integral and interrelated system that should work harmoniously and be balanced through mutual care and consideration. By realizing and implementing such relations, we can achieve a balance with nature and discover a much greater kind of fulfillment as a result.
Wow. I wouldn't say he's addicted, but Gary really makes some good videos, doesn't he? Nice. Really good video. Okay. So we're going to go into our round discussion now, the main course. And before we go in, we have some, I think I see some new people here. We have some etiquette rules that we go over. So everyone is equal and very important. When we're going around and we're talking, we listen to each other. Everyone's equal. There's no wrong or right answers. We just listen to what the other person is saying. And Nina said something in our preparation for this that I want to share, that as we're speaking, we're listening to the person. We're listening to the person who is speaking. and we try to see if we have anything to add to what they say. Like if there's something in our life, a story or something that they can pick up from what the person is saying, then you can go next. So we're going to do this popcorn style also, and really listen to the other people that are speaking. And one main thing that we have to do is try to speak briefly and on topic so that everybody has time to speak and we get through this and we hear from everybody. All right. So, okay. So the first question we have is, social support is a very powerful and beneficial force in addressing the problem in society. How can we replace dependency with positive social support and responsibility for each other? So I'll read it one more time. How can we replace dependency with positive social support and responsibility for each other?
By going to mental health and support group meetings.
Love of family and friends and support from them.
I think by realizing that one person's problem is everybody's problem, and just taking responsibility for each other, and realizing that you can be a part of the solution, and to if you can build up the weaker one, we'll all be a lot stronger, and it's for the benefit of us instead of ignoring it. But we have to realize that we do have that problem. And I'd like to say hi to Molly. She's back.
I think that, for example, my stepsister Jane, I understood that by doing cocaine, it got her into a happy world. But anybody who's done coke knows the happiness lasts about 5 minutes where you're absolutely brilliant and it's ridiculous. And I think if she had had a better psychiatrist who didn't just say Jane's damaging her brain with coke, but get her into like urgent care. The problem is if you don't want urgent care, you can't. I don't know. I wish I had. She wouldn't have listened to me. I maybe wish I had said to her, "Hey, love, let's talk about it. You've had a hard time. How could I have
I can
helped?"
add to you, Nancy. I feel what you're saying. It's so true. Like, how do you help somebody, especially when they're close in your family? But just even sometimes a word or just a small conversation is just you reach out for help for somebody. I think that would, to show that they know they have a problem, that they have a problem, and a little bit of support in any which way, that does help. So by caring, that would be good.
I did try that. What I'm glad about is that last year, and she trusted me because brain, that was the best. But yeah, I mean, coke, jeez.
Nancy, we have to give other people
Yeah,
a
go. I'm
chance.
gonna shut up.
Yeah.
I don't.
I want to add actually to what Nancy is saying. I think that many times we have these we place stigma on people who abuse substances, and we think that these are losers, or like, I don't know, other derogatory words that I could say right now, but we don't realize that this is our problem, that this is a problem that we're perpetuating in society, with the horrible relationships, and the lack of connection, everyone looking in their phones, not caring about others. We have to reverse that. It's up to us. Otherwise, you know, I mean, that's really how we can set the stage for less addictions.
Yeah, we tend to look at the symptoms, right? And then we blame the symptom. It makes no sense whatsoever. When the core root of the problem is that we invest in lots of things, but we don't invest in each other in our society. And that's just, you have symptoms now. You just have to change one thing.
Yeah.
I think by happy. Go ahead,
Sorry,
Elisa.
go ahead.
I think by having happy, positive communications with people, if you do it enough times, maybe it'll help them get out of it, even if it's just for a few hours or whatever, it helps.
Yeah, what I wanted to say, we should start from the very basics. We should break the walls of indifference to each other. We're so enveloped, and I'm speaking for myself, with myself, that I don't notice even, things that are people around me. I had a very funny story when I was called from FBI actually, and was asked about my neighbors, next door neighbors, and they said, you have neighbors across the hall from you. We want to know they applied to work for us. We want to know, do you like them? And I said, tell you truth, I didn't even notice that I have a door in front of my door in the hallway. They laughed, and that was it. But that's so true, that let's break these walls of indifference.
Like it said in the video too, we live in a society that perpetuates addictions. It wants us to become addicted to things, to their products, and it isolates people. We live in a society that isolates us, and it just exacerbates the whole situation of addiction. And we have to become a society that connects again, that just takes care of each other.
You guys, you know what? Sometimes you just need somebody by your side all the time who understands and supports. That
Yeah,
would
if we could lessen the competition or change the competition, like compete in who can give more gifts to the other person, or who does more for others, that kind of competition.
And I was going to add, it's funny because society, let's say if there's a football game or someone wins something, or Friday night, everybody goes out drinking, and it's part of society. It's everywhere. Drinking, alcohol is everywhere. But if you start maybe doing like healthy choices and you get friends together to do something, you don't have to go to the extent of getting drunk, let's say, but, watch each other, help friends. If you see friends are going overboard, everybody has somebody with an addiction somewhere. We know it's not like somebody in New York City in the street laying there. It's like everybody knows somebody with an addiction. So there's something we could do to help, like a positive reinforcement, even by example. You see it's getting late, we should all go home, something like that. It sounds crazy, but those little things maybe makes a difference in someone's life. You never know.
I
have
really
two
think
addictions. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Nancy.
No, I just really think somebody needs, who's got addicted to Coke, who's been through a traumatic something. You need somebody right there who's always stable, who understands you, who you give support. Jane needed that. I did with my, brain injury. That's what you need right there. Someone stable, always. I'm sorry. Go, Brandon.
As somebody who's addicted to cigarettes and used to be on pot, I've had family, friends, and outside sources helping me quit the marijuana and the other drugs that I was on. The only thing I couldn't give up was the cigarettes, and I'm still working on that.
Also, sometimes by sharing personal experiences that happen to you and how you overcome something can actually help somebody else overcome something. My younger daughter, she had, like, because of the pandemic, had a bad depression, and I noticed even as an adult, it's much harder to, you know what I mean, because like, oh, I'm an adult, I can do what I want. So I reached out to her and I told her what happened in my past, because not taking my medication, not treating my depression, and now she's doing much better by me showing my personal experience like that.
Okay, we're going to move on to the next question. We have another question. The opposite of addiction is connection. That's interesting.
Yeah, we have a music video first.
Oh, do we? Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
We're not doing the
Mixing it
normal
up a little
thing.
bit today.
Okay.
We're going to watch a little video from some other friends of ours, music, since our musicians couldn't make it here today. So let's watch this.
Well, should we try it again? What do you think? This song is called Brand New World. All of the children are being called to be as one again, and where one desire that cannot be failed unless we come back again, where we will be one. In a brand new world, there's a brand new world, where the brand new world, with no more concealment, all shall be revealed with the hand that will lead us back again, where we will be one. Obedient freedom will no longer bleed, we will cleave on to thee again, and your light will lead us to the brand new world. There's a brand new world, where the brand new world. The times are changing, we are rearranging, we are awakening to the brand new world. There's a brand new world, where the brand new world. It's the brand new world, in the brand new world, where the brand new world.
Nice, huh? Brand new world. That's what we're creating right here on Open Diner. All right. So the opposite of addiction is connection, if you didn't know. How can we begin to remove the stigma that surrounds substance abuse and treat it with more understanding and compassion? How can we begin to remove the stigma that surrounds substance abuse and treat it with more understanding and compassion? Go ahead, same way as before.
I think we have to realize that it's a fault. Sorry, Roberta. I think we have to realize it's a fault of society. It's not a fault of that person because they're empty. They don't choose that. Roberta.
I was just going to say, talking about it like we're doing here, you know, that's the main thing, is to bring it up. Don't, you know, push it under the rug.
I think that more people have to learn about these addictions and perhaps what causes them or what you can do to help a person who's addicted. I mean, I'm not talking about cell phones. I don't think there's any stigma yet about cell phones. Maybe one day. But the really tough substance abuse things is you have to learn about that addiction and how you can help that person. And one of the ways is going to, you know, group, not therapy, but group sessions where you can learn more.
Instead of shaming who has the problem or putting them down, you should like recognize it as it is an illness or it is a disease, just like anything else out there, and it's something that you have to recognize and has to be treated and talk, you know, give words of like love and compassion and understanding.
The first thing of addiction is they have to know that they are addicted to something bad, like alcohol, drugs, gambling. There are programs that make you admit that, and like Gamblers Anonymous, Alcoholics Anonymous. I'm sure there's an anonymous for everything, though.
But I'm just wondering, like, we're talking about the prevention, like to be healthy and not get sick, you exercise, you eat, whatever it is, but there should be preventions, you know, for appearance of addiction. What is that a person lacking that society doesn't provide this person with? So it is exactly what we're talking about in you know, creating the environment where everyone can find him herself, you know, and talents and abilities and everything. I think that would be a prevention of what pushes people to the extremes, you know.
Yvonne, I see you're a new person and you're trying to say something. Go ahead, speak now.
I apologize. I kind of came in, you know, towards I didn't get the beginning. So I'm just kind of, you know, listening to some of you, you know, the other responses. And one of the things that struck me was sometimes addictions, people keep them secret. You know, they're not always out there. You know, for example, you know, I was functioning like anybody else was doing. And then I could come home and smoke up a storm. And then the next day go back to, you know, so there wasn't anyone that could pinpoint me and say, you know, she's an abuser. And it's not that it was a secret, but I didn't have anyone to share it with. And I honestly didn't think there was anything wrong with it because I thought, it's recreational. It's this, you know, it's no different than, you know, having drinks. And so when how do you do that when not a lot of, I'll tell you something. I just this past October have been clean and I haven't smoked since October, and I smoked for 51 years. That's a long time.
You look like you're
Thanks,
old.
everybody.
Come on.
Go for it, Yvonne, woman. Yeah.
Great. Great to have you here.
I just blurted it out to my mom one night. I couldn't stand it any longer. I was sick of it myself, but I didn't know how to stop. So for 51 years, I was making excuses, and I'm not going to tell you that it's easy, because I didn't go to any self-help. I didn't join anything. I'm just trying to get by on my stamina and prayer and my spirituality. And I can't say there's some days when I'm like, but I don't want to go back, because if I've come this far, look at all that I missed out on, that I could have been doing productively to help others. I want to be able to tell somebody that it's okay for you to raise your hand and say, hey.
By quitting, you're looking towards the future.
Sorry.
Well,
But
maybe
to say, hey, I need help. And I find I spoke to my mom, who's my best friend, and you need that support. I agree with you. So I just thank you guys for just acknowledging me. And I did want to get that out, because I wanted to share it with somebody that it's a long time, to be smoking marijuana. And I feel so free now. I can't even explain it. I wish there was more I could say for other people. I'm just happy to be here. But I did seek secrets. It was my secret, to me. I lived a secret life. It was like two of me. And when they finally collided, because after a while, it does start to break you down physically, So anyway, that's my story. I wish I could do more.
One thing I wanted to say is that that was brought up in, we watched the video earlier. You can go back and watch this whole episode and see the video that we did. But that was one thing, is that I'm glad you brought that up, because sometimes people don't want to admit that something is an addiction, because it becomes such a part of your lifestyle that you just think it's normal.
And if I admit it, I've got to do something about it, right? Because, once the ostrich takes his head out of the sand, you got to, and I didn't want to do something about it, because there was a small portion of me that liked it.
Listen, guys, I don't mean to interrupt, but we do have to move on. We're on a time thing here. Thank you so much, Yvonne, for sharing.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
What we're going to do now is the little dance in your seat time. So what we do is we play a video, and when you see that you're big on the screen, there's going to be a little box in front on the screen. Don't worry about that box. Don't even look at it. Just do a little dance in your seat to the music, and everybody's going to follow your dance. And then when you see somebody else doing a dance, you follow their dance. All right, so here we go.
We all smile, we all laugh. Sometimes we cry, sometimes we dance. It doesn't matter where we live, how we look, if it's small or big. We're all the same in our hearts, and that's the point where friendship starts, because we
All right. Did everybody get their workout? Okay, good. What do we have here? We're getting about time to close this down. Yeah, it's about that time. So what we're going to do is we're going to start to wrap this up, and we're going to play the high five game. We've done this before. What we do is everybody raises your hand and pick somebody who really said something maybe that really meant a lot to you or really impressed you, or there's something about somebody else here that you just really, want to compliment. Pick that person and give them the compliment. Tell them how you feel. And when you're complimented, you can let your hand down. So if you have your hand up, that means you haven't been complimented yet. So I'm going to start this out. And after I call somebody, they're going to call on the next person, and so on and so on. I want to, I'm going to take, I'm going to pick Yvonne. Yvonne, I want to compliment you because it was, that's all.
Thank you.
Great to have you here.
Thank you. It's great to be here. Thanks.
Now I know you don't know everybody here, but you get to compliment somebody else.
Let's see.
Even just make something up. Just tell them you like their teeth or something.
I'm trying to get the gal. Oh, here. Oh, let's see. I guess so many of you said so many things, but I'll compliment Roberta. I think that her speeches, getting together, being more supportive, doing things to help people, let them know that they're there for you. So I enjoyed that so much, very much. Thank you, Roberta.
Thank you. I appreciate that very much that you're here and you shared with us.
Thank you.
See you again for sure.
Thanks.
And I'll pass the compliment to Brandon. I have to say, Brandon, you're so open and honest, and you speak from your heart, and there's no like veils covering anything. And while you're speaking, you're helping so many people, really. So thank you for being honest and so sincere from your heart. I feel it. I think we all do. So thank you, Brandon.
Thank you, Roberta. And I want to compliment Rono. Without him, this site that he created wouldn't be here.
Thank you, Brendan. I want to pass my compliment to one of our oldest guests. It's Paula. It's just your consistency makes this event, like just worthwhile. Understanding that we're doing something correct, and if Paula is late or missing, then I start getting scared. High five, Paula.
Thank you, Rono. I'd like to give a high five to Marie for always coming here and having something warm and thoughtful and charismatic to say. This is for you, Marie.
Thank you. I want to compliment Linda because she has not an easy job, I don't think, when we come onto this this Zoom thing, and she does a very good job every week. But I just have to also say, did everybody see Yvonne's expression when we said we were going to dance in our seats? I guess I was hysterical.
I didn't think my bones were going to work.
Thank you, Marie. I'd like to give a high five to Natalia because she does even more than I do as far as the tech goes.
Thank you, Linda. And I want to give high five to Molly. She has been here till the end, and I just recognized her. I want Molly to say something. Hi, Molly. Give high five to somebody else.
Well, thank you. This is I stopped in last week and I stopped in tonight, so I'm just sort of getting the lay of the land. I guess I wanted to say high five to Dan. I liked what you said last week about being a pirate society, and I like what you said today about how it's silly that we spend so much time focusing on the symptoms of addiction and we're not really paying attention to what we as a society do to grow it. I think that's a very good point that people don't hear enough.
Thanks, Molly. Nancy, you are amazing. And I think that you probably have a really big heart. And I just want you to know I really appreciate it. High five.
That's really sweet. Thank you. I do have a huge heart. But it's a little, you got to be careful, because when you're so empathy and full of empathy, you start to absorb everything. But that's so sweet, Dan. That's really nice. Thank you.
Okay, high five somebody, Nancy.
Oh, shush you. I know what that means. All right. Let me high five. I'm going to high five Elisa because she understands what I'm going through right now. No, but also you're just such a loved one. It's just always nice to see you here. You're just a good addition to the conversation.
Thank you so much, Nancy. Thank you. Thank you. Your beautiful smile and your input. I want to give high five to Leah. I really love when you join us. You bring so much, you bring the entire family with you. High five to you, dearest.
Thank you, Elisa. I want to give high five to Gary. I really love and enjoy and learn from his videos. High five, Gary.
Well, I already high fived somebody, so it looks like I got to do it again. I would like to high five. I'm not going to high five Carl. There's no way. I will high five Nina for running this madhouse and being overwhelmed by the whole thing and staying with it and putting up with all of his nut jobs.
I agree, but Carl, you're also wonderful.
Oh gosh, I've been in this position again before where I had to choose between two of you, and it's not a good position. Okay, I'm gonna take the safe route like last time and compliment the woman first, because women go first. Carl, nothing personal. Ilana, you're always a pleasure on this open diner. And Ilana, actually, some of you don't know this, but she's behind the screen on Facebook, making all the comments as open diner during this event. So she's running two shows. She's here and on Facebook, entertaining our crowd there. So high five to Ilana.
Thank you, Nina. Thank you, everyone. It's always a pleasure to be here. It's so much fun. And you left me with the easy part, how not to compliment Carl. That's like really, there's so much always to say. Carl is always like, he's an amazing host. It's so much fun. He's
All right. We know.
Yeah, I can go on and go on, but let me say at least something.
Go.
Yeah, and
you got a lot of complimenting.
Nancy, you're hijacking the show. Do you want to compliment?
I have to take back the compliment, Nancy.
Okay, Carl, you are really like an amazing not addition. You are like an amazing part, very, very important part of Open Diner. We always enjoy you here. Amazing host. You have amazing in all what you do in Open Diner. Thank you so much.
I was hoping I could high five you, Elena, but thank you, because you're amazing too. You're here all the time, great energy, and you're always supporting. Thank you so much. Love you guys.
All right, folks, we got to wind it up. We're going to wrap this up by saying that Thank you for all joining and taking part. Continue to join us every Thursday at 6:30 Eastern Time. Same bat time, same bat channel. Bring your friends. We also have, let's show the links here. We have, you can follow us on Facebook, on Meetup, on YouTube, on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Please like and follow us on all of those. Make comments, tell your friends about it. Spread the word. We're here to make people feel better and make people feel comfortable. So let your friends know, bring friends. And I think that's about it. Let's see. Is that all we have? Oh yeah, and then on YouTube and on Facebook, you can see the videos from our past events too, if you want to look at them. We have some fun little short videos on there too of the dances and different things. It's very fun. So go check them out, like them, follow them, and we'll see you all next week.
Thank you all.
Amazing. Good night, everybody.
Thank
Good
you.
night, everybody.
Good night. See you next Thursday.
See you next week for sure.
Wonderful.
So nice to meet you.
Nice to meet everyone as well. Thank you so much for inviting me in.
Wonderful.
Good night, everybody.
You guys threw me off the ship again, but you know, I can swim.